one man came to create in 1914. No. And since I am a Niger Deltan in the Niger Delta region, since I'm an indigenous of Rivers State for now, because we don't know how it's going to be tomorrow. Today I'm from Rivers State, but I will always be from Abonima. I will always be from Ijo. So for now, the people I share this state with equally are the ethnic nationalities that are in my state. Egi, Ekpe, Ijo, Ogoni, Ikwere, and any other, Abua, any other ethnic nationality. Please, if I don't call you, send your ethnic nationality to me, inbox it to me, because we're trying to compile how many ethnic nationalities we have. If you are proud, if you are an ethnic nationality, you should be proud of who you are. You should be proud of who you are, because that is what gives you a right to be a Rivers person. If you're not Ijo, and if you're not Ogoni, and if you're not Ikwere, Epe, from Ahuda, from Egi, if you're not from these places, you can't be in Rivers State, because that's where these are the people that make up Rivers State. So why should somebody tell you that those things are not issues? Those things are issues we should be proud of, we should protect. We should protect. And where I'm going with this, and that's where Niger Delta comes in, it applies to all the ethnic nationalities in other states. We must very quickly see the need for unity in the Niger Delta. The need for unity in the Niger Delta, despite the fact that we are Ogoni people, we are Ikwere people, we are Efik people, we are Anang people, we are Urobo people, we are Ishekiri people. No matter the ethnic nationality, no matter the state in the Niger Delta, it is to our survival that we very quickly recognize that the only problem that we have is this inability to see ourselves as a people that own the Niger Delta collectively, despite our languages, despite our ethnic nationalities. We collectively own the Niger Delta. And therefore, that collective ownership is the unity we must drive. And that's what I am driving now, because any other thing will fail if we don't drive that unity. The enemy have driven wedges, not wedges between each and every one of us, between Ijol and Ogoni people, between Ogoni and Ikwere, between Ikwere and Elele, between, so we must remove those wedges and hold hands together as one people of one region, speaking different languages, having different culture, but because we don't know how tomorrow is going to be. We don't. Until we do that, the language of politicians that are saying this person and this person work together, it is their political interest they are talking about. It is their political interest they are talking about, and their party they are talking about. They're not talking about you and I. They're not talking about you and I. They will never, no politician will talk like this, because they will throw him out of his party. So it is only you and I that can talk like this. And this is the only language that we must speak now. The language of unity. The language of unity has no barrier. The language of you, there is no barrier in the language of unity. None. Niger Delta must unite. If you are not united, I don't care if you're the deputy Senate leader. If you are not working together with other Niger Delta people in the Senate, you will fail. Listen to me. You will fail. You will crash. Every other person in that your National Assembly are working together. The North is working together. That is why they can come up with a water resources bill and be telling us and driving us round and round in circles. I excuse myself from there because I no follow. Nobody can fool me. I will not accept a lie as a truth. I will not. I would rather stand alone, which I did in the 2014 national conference, because I wrote a minority report. A minority report indicates that I disagreed, especially with my committee that was a committee on reforming Nigeria. So, as far as I am concerned, the first thing that the governors of Niger Delta, I'm not against you. I know that you see me as somebody who is troublesome. But everything I have done and said in the Niger Delta is in the interest of the governors of Niger Delta. If I'm critical when I have to be, it is in your interest. If I support you, and you know that I do, when I have to support you, which is almost 99% of the time, it is something that you gain from, you benefit from. I'm not against any governor, I'm not against any senator, I'm not against any state assembly member or local government chairman, I'm not against any politician, but you must do what we are asking you to do. That's why you're there. That is why you're there. If you look at the Southwest, this shooting took place on Tuesday, and the Southwest could see the trouble it has brought on the governor of Lagos State and on the Southwest itself as a people, on the Yoruba nation. They put aside politics and no politics, and they came together. The PDP governor of Oyo State, he was on that visit. He's a PDP governor. Ordinarily, he should have looked at it as an APC issue. He didn't. He looked at it as a Southwest issue. And they went there and they demonstrated solidarity. Even though they knew at that point, they must have known at that point that the governor had told a lie and that it will come and bite him. But they had already come out to protect him and put their hands around it. So as far as this issue of the shooting in Newgate is concerned, the governors of the Southwest will not allow it to bring down the governor of Lagos State. That's why he will not resign. Even if people like me would say that morally, if things are to be done properly. But if I were Southwest people too, I will protect him. Because that's what I'm asking us to do now. That's what I'm asking us to do. It is only the Niger Delta people that bring out their own people to be massacred and crucified in the market square over something that every other person is doing in their state and in their region. We have to close ranks. The governors, Governor Didi, Rivers State, Governor Wike, Akwa Ibom, Emmanuel Udo, what's the other one? Edo State, Obaseki, Cross River, Ben, who have I left out? I've not left out anybody. No, I've called Bayelsa. All of you, 6 of you, please stop making statements and taking photos and saying Briggs Commission, South Governors Forum. Do something. Do something. Work with us, your people. We put you there. We, the people, put you there in your respective government houses. You cannot ignore us forever. Nigeria is heating up. The fact that it has not heated up as much as it has done in other places here is by the grace of God. That the fact that the looting and all of those things did not really take effect in some states of the Niger Delta is by the grace of God. Because one, River State did not, from what I'm gathering, River State from time did not receive national palliative or whatever they call it. If not, perhaps maybe this state also might be in trouble. You know, so it is very important that politicians, if you are a true son and daughter of Niger Delta, I'm telling you, keep your political party interest aside. It's not about your political party. It's not about your political interest as a person. Because we'll vote you out and bring somebody else in. All of you are preparing for 2020. Do you truly believe the way things are set up now that there will be 2020 elections? And if there will be, what will it be? Who? From where will the president emerge? We want a new constitution. And we want, at the very minimum, we want self-determination for these, our states. And we want the states in the geopolitical zones as they exist now, since 1999 election, as they exist now. Let us go with that. All this call that people are saying we should go back to 3 regions and we should go back to how many states, it's not going to work. We will not support it. And if we don't have a new constitution, Colombia and places like that, they have a new constitution. They've been given the go-ahead to have a new constitution. They had a referendum. We must have a new constitution. We must have a referendum. Okay, I'm going to open the lines now. The line is 080, okay, 080 806 94004. I've put the phone back on the hook, and the line is open. If you want to call in, you can call in now. This is the first time we're actually doing this, so hopefully we will receive calls. So we've talked about the census. We've talked about the killing of our youth, the responsibility of government to tell us the truth and for the truth to emerge, and for the demands of the youth to be met, and for bad governance to be swept aside. Let's have good governance. And while we wait, in case there is any calls coming in, I will take them. The thing is that I also want to say to the youth that you should prepare yourselves for any future elections. People like Gowan, people like DSP, people like Donald Duke, the Tafawa Balewa, late Tafawa Balewa, Ahmadu Bello, Zeke, Awolowo, all these people were in power in their 30s, very oldest 40s. So the youth of Nigeria, I support you. I am in full support. If you are ready for governance, if you know that you're ready for governance, propose yourself. And all these ideas about people handpicking who will be the takeover from them, you can stop it. You, the youth, you can stop it. I'm not a politician. I'm not aspiring to be an office holder one way or the other. I have children who have a right, like every other people's children, to participate in politics. They are youths. They are between the ages of 40 to 27. I have nephews, I have nieces, my friends' children, all of you. If you think you can take government and you can govern, after all, people in Finland, people in the European countries, some of them are your age mates. So there is no reason whatsoever why we cannot have youths of Nigeria who can govern to govern. And that's why we are calling on autonomy, if you like, the self-determination within Nigeria for the different states. Every state should should govern its own self and pay tax to federal government. The idea of one man sitting in Abuja having sleepless nights to govern 36 states and have a say in 36 states, he can't do it. He's not Superman. He cannot do it. It has failed. This type of government has failed. You can imagine America being run only by one person and has a say in all the 50 states. It will fail the way Nigeria has failed. Let us do what we know is in our best interest. Again, I say that the line is 080-8069-4004. And this is the first time we are trying. Let me see. Yeah, this is the first time we're trying that. It's a new registered number. So there we go. I do want to say that this protest, or any protest, any call from any part of Nigeria that has been going on before this time, is not necessarily against one set of people or one religion. It is for our own survival. You have a house, you have a key to your house, and you have burglary proof to your house. What are you doing? It's self-protection. It's self-preservation. Does it mean that you don't, does it mean that you hate your neighbor? No. Does it mean that, oh, because you lock yourself up, that your neighbor is, you don't trust your neighbor? No. It is what you want to do for yourself. And you have a right to make that choice. So when we make calls and make demands and say that we must have a new constitution, it's because we have seen that the continued implementation of this constitution is anti-us. That is anti-Niger Delta, anti-men, anti-women, depends on who you are and where you're looking at it from. Where a constitution that allows the government of Zamfara State to mine gold and keep the proceeds, and the same constitution that does not allow River State or Delta State to explore its oil and gas and sell it. I mean, right inside the same constitution, it's not acceptable. Where a government would blatantly look down on every other people from other region and give appointments to one particular region and people of ethnic nationality and even religion, and then we say that it is not about religion or ethnicity. It's not true. Our youths have demonstrated that in this their call, they didn't, it was not about where you were from or not from or whatever. Sir, stop killing us. We are youths. That is what they have demonstrated. And we that have also been weighted down with the injustice of tribalism and nepotism, have also said that this is our problem in our time, as we see it and as it is. If our children think that they can change it, and they have demonstrated it by their collective unity then we must give them the opportunity to see whether they will govern and create a country where they will not appoint people from their religion or from their... Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello?
I'm calling from the U.S.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Go ahead. What's your name, please?
My name is Angela. I'm Facebook. I do similar things that you do. I want to encourage the Nigerian youth to start preparing themselves for leadership.
Yeah.
I heard what you said. The same thing I say in my show all the time. The same way one man can control. Nigeria needs to be restructured and reformed. The same way one man can control everything that is going on in the basic state. Especially the police, it has to be reformed. I live in Boston. There's no way the police in Boston will know what's going on in California. If I have to travel from Boston to California, it's 6-hour flight. So what the police department is in the U.S. is everybody has the state police department, and we all have our own police department. So, you can see how, Boston has state that have the state police, and in every town that is in Boston, have their own police department. Once our police are run, and you can't get rid of police. You cannot run, over almost 200 million people, in a truck, and you think we're going to take control. No, because that information is very, very important. Reformation is very, very important. And the youth has to wake up and that this is their time. And these guys don't know what they don't know what to do, but they think they do. And enough is enough. Nigeria should reach to before. That's my little contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you.
You can follow me on Facebook with Angela. We actually in my program every Saturday and Sunday. And I talk about Nigeria. I'm Nigerian. And home is home. No matter how much you're staying in abroad, I say here over 30 years, it don't matter. My home is my home. That is our foundation. We must not let people destroy it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please inbox the information you just passed on. Please inbox it to my Facebook.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much. Have a good day. Thank you. Okay, that's a Nigerian that called in all the way from Boston. Of course, it wasn't very, but I hope it's on. We have captured it. He's encouraging the youth of Nigeria, which is what we all should do, to take responsibility for this country that is theirs, and do what they think they can do with it, and what is in their best interest, as long as it is within the law. Nobody's asking for a breakdown of law and order. But what we're asking for is liberty, equity, and justice, And I hope that other listeners, as we go on, will be able to call in from all over the world to express their views and give suggestions as to how we should carry on in Nigeria. If we agree that we're going to save Nigeria, and we agree that it's savable, let's go ahead and do it. If some of us think that that they want something else, let us discuss it, But what we are asking for is liberty, is equity, is justice. Every state, I see no reason why every state should not look after themselves. Any state that is not able to pay his salary without getting allocation from oil and gas, then cannot exist without oil and gas, and therefore is not a viable state. And these things were known before the law was created that decided that all the 36 states must have a share of what is in somebody else's domain. You know, so we have to make a decision whether all the people who are in their 70s and 80s who are telling us, no, we can't do like this, we must do like this, we must try and salvage. No, you cannot put this burden, the future that is not even born yet. This is a burden because the people making these decisions in their 80s, 90s, 100, me, I want to live to be 100. And quite honestly, I don't want to believe that in another 30, 40 years that I will be insisting that the way Nigeria should carry on, or my state or whatever, is the way that my age group wanted. No, I don't think that that would be fair. I think people in their 30s and 40s today in Nigeria and 50s, you know, this is the most vibrant time of their lives. So this is the time that they can give 101% of what they have, you know, before they hand over to the next generation. So they must have an opportunity. And I call on everybody, if you are 18 today, if your birthday is today and you're 18 and above, go and register. And if they are not registering, we need to know why they're not registering, because the registration for voters list should be ongoing all over the world. It makes sense. You don't need to keep saying all over the world. It makes sense for us here in Nigeria to continue. So if it makes sense, we should be able to look at, I hate doing these comparisons. Then we keep saying we're following Nigeria, America, we're following Europe, we're doing this, we're doing that. We borrow some governance issues from America, we borrow some from Europe. You know, it's like cooking okra and egusi together. How does that even work? You know, so we need to decide what will work for us and even create it for ourselves. So if America is today voting, they've been voting since. For this election that is on the 3rd of November, people have been voting. People have been going to drop their vote by post. We have to have the culture where those votes will not be stolen. So this is what these youths can develop for themselves, for their future. But they cannot develop it if they're not part of government. They have to develop it. We have the electoral bill or whatever that is just hanging there. This government will refuse to sign things into law because it will affect it. Just the same thing Trump is doing in America. We supported the fact that we believe that Trump is a Christian. I believe that he's a Christian. I didn't want to bring this up. And I believed all the other things. But what I'm seeing now is different. And I cannot follow something that I no longer believe in. You know, so the reality is that we must know what works for us in Nigeria and what doesn't work for us in our states, in our community, in our ethnic nationalities. You know, look, the Niger Delta is ravaged by flood. Ravaged by flood. In Rivers State, it is ravaged. In Bayelsa State, it is ravaged. I'm still looking. The state government is unable to do anything, as far as I can see. Because I was on ground in the 2012 flood in Rivers State, and I had camps in Rivers State, and I had help. My NGO, the NGO that I run, was able to help people in Bayelsa State, and in Rivers State. I went all the way to Delta State. You know, so the point I'm trying to make, therefore, is that even at this time, how is it that our people, I can't even, because I'm so weakened by this flood issue, even if I round up with this, I'm so weakened by the flood issue. Some people in Ahuda that I helped in Obricom and places like that, they're calling me. I'm not able to respond to them because I'm not in a position anymore to respond to them. I'm not. I cannot help them. What can I do to help them? I can't open a camp for them because the funds is not there. At the time that I did it, I had the funds, but now the way things are, I can't help. So I don't understand. NDDC. This is the work of NDDC. But what you will hear now, if you say NDDC, even if I go to NDDC now and I say, look, my NGO wants to do something to help, it will become something else. Everybody wants to do something to help, but nobody will account. Nobody will account. You know, so people call us all sorts of names, but then I'm also looking, how can even NDDC help? NDDC is tied down. Instead of doing forensic audit, NDDC is being probed by the National Assembly, by the ICCP and all those things. Is that what this thing was about? When the governors claimed that they told Mr. President to do a forensic audit as if they are the first people. They were not the first people. The governors today were not the first people that have been calling for the audit of the NDDC, of the corruption that is in the NDDC. You will see NDDC MD for 2 years. The next thing you hear, he wants to run for governor. How is he running for governor? The money from the NDDC, that's what he wants to use to run for governor. But he's on a political party that where he also has to take money from the NDDC and give to that political party so that he now can get a ticket from that political party. These are the facts. These are the truths. And then they will now give a high cent contract every Christmas or every Easter to groups of men. I hate it when they call people Niger Delta boys. They're not boys, they're full-grown men. They're not boys, they're full-grown men with children. The ones in the amnesty program, they're not boys, they're full-grown men. You know, the people that took amnesty 10 years ago in 2009, we're now in 2020. That's 11 years they took amnesty. Is this amnesty supposed to last forever? That we have now turned ourselves, if they no pay us 65,000, we go block East-West Road. What is that? What is the meaning of that? That's not how our life should be. Our children here in the Niger Delta don't go to school. The ones that want to go to school, there is no school for them to go. And then the children of the privilege are not here. They are in Dubai, they are in London, they are here, they are there. And the children of the privilege up north are using presidential jets, private jets for their wedding. And then they will say Niger Delta youths are lazy. The system is stacked against our people. The money, this money that is being stolen in Nigeria today, whether they are stolen by Niger Delta people, whether they are stolen by the Northerners, whoever, whether they are stolen by Christians or by Muslims, I don't care. This money that is being stolen is coming from Niger Delta. It's not coming from anywhere else. It's coming from Niger Delta. When they say flood is somewhere in the north and government has given relief material, it is still coming from the Niger Delta. How many relief material has federal government sent to Bayelsa or to River State or to Delta State? Where the former president of IYC, who is in his 50s, I think, is paddling canoe to his house in his community. And these are people that were spearheading the just struggle. Everybody is going to sleep. except me, and I'm older than all of them? What is this? We have to unite in the Niger Delta. This unity must take place amongst us, the ethnic nationalities, not politicians, not politicians. If we unite, how many are the politicians? How many are they? In each state, how many, who are those politicians? The governor, the deputy governor, the SSG, the state assembly members, the local government chairman, the councillors, the senators, the House of Representative members. How many are they? How many are they in Rivers State? All these politicians now, how many are they? That they will not hear what we will tell them, that they overlook us, that they ignore us, ignore sensible things, ignore foolish things, ignore irrelevant things, ignore relevant things. It is only what they say. There is no, even if they appoint a council of advisors of the state that is represented by traditional rulers, by civil society, by community organizations, by women, by youths, by business, even if they set up that council, they just set it up just for setting up sake. They don't listen. They don't listen. Nobody, even the people I am on whose behalf I am speaking, don't listen. If you go under what people are posting now as I'm talking, you'll be amazed, and you will ask yourself, are these people, do they have heads? When I'm talking about critical things, you will see the nonsense that they will be posting. It has nothing to do with the issues. Talking what they don't know, making accusations that they cannot prove, insulting people that are older than them. While they keep their mothers and fathers safe in the house, they insult other people's mothers and fathers. Whatsoever anybody sows, it doesn't matter. Whatever you sow, whether you believe, you don't believe, whatever you sow, you will reap it. There is no way. Some people call it karma, some people call it nature, some people call it, but it's in the Bible. Whatever, you cannot sow yam and then go and say you're looking for plantain. You can't. So whatever you sow, if you insult somebody's parents, if you lie about somebody, if you spoil somebody's name, you may think it doesn't matter. One day, when something will happen to you that will make you sad and upset you, you won't know it is that thing that you have done to another person that you are reading. Well, I want to round up with by saying that I stand with and for the youths that have been killed and their parents, and I pray that God in his mercy will comfort them, will heal them, and that God himself will avenge the injustice, and that justice will prevail in this country, whichever way it's going to prevail, whether by us having self-determination, by us having a new constitution, whatever changes we want, we are the people that are going to make it to happen. Not Donald Trump, not Boris Johnson, not anybody. We, the people here in Nigeria, are the ones that are going to make it happen. All these people that are saying this country will come, that country will come, is because you don't know what you're saying. That is why you're saying so. Because if you know, no country is going to come. Even if country is going to come, it will be when there has been a lot of damage that has been done. So nobody is going to come and fight your battle for you. On that note, I thank you very much for tuning in. I thank you very much for calling in, and I hope you will tune in for another one of our broadcasts between now and Wednesday. Thank you. God bless you, and have a wonderful day, and stay safe, and wash your hands and wear masks. God bless you. My name is...
Stand up, stand up.